right there, Jeff Gordon is just awesome off that corner. Look at that gap he puts on the 49.
Gordon got a pretty decent run getting into turn one. Gordon shuts the door on him. Gordon second, wants the lead on lap one, coming to the inside at the line. He's got it.
Welcome back to Charlotte Motor Speedway for Speed's coverage of the Sprint All-Star Showdown and the race. Joining us now, a true all-star by definition, Jeff Gordon. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Now, the microscope you guys have been under this year, does this event come at a perfect time for you guys to just kind of take a breath?
Well, just watching the clip there, you know, it reminds me of how good we've been this year, and it's been an exciting year for us. So, you know, the All-Star event to me is where the teams that have momentum, the teams that are really shining this year, that are going to go on to do great things, really show that here in this event. So, and it's a total team effort for sure, especially more so tonight than it ever has been with that four-tire stop leading into that final 10-lap segment. So there's a lot of excitement around that. I'm not sure what I'm more excited about, getting the All-Star event going or watching this showdown, because this showdown is, I mean, it's already intense, but you look at the field and what happened with qualifying.
Right.
And, man, there's going to be a lot of excitement because you have to be aggressive in that race.
Only 40 laps.
It's only 40 laps, but you look at guys like Burton and Edwards and some of the guys further down, you know, in the field. I mean, how aggressive can you be, I guess, is the real question.
Well, I kind of came up with this kind of way of looking at that first 40 laps. You've got to be fearless, but at the same time, you got to be lucky. I mean, you're going to have some luck on your side if you're going to make your way up through there, because I think we've already heard from drivers that are starting in the back. They may have to be say like, excuse me, coming through, excuse me.
Well, and it's also the crew chiefs are going to have to be fearless too, because they're going to have to make pretty gutsy calls. We've seen that in the past in that race as well as in the All-Star race. And that's why I guess if I was looking, you know, you got Biffle that you know is going to run good. He's further up towards the front. Boyer. And then I think Juan Pablo Montoya, you know, he's one of those guys right now that's aggressive, and he's running good. So this is a great event for him.
When you said a minute ago, you'll be watching this shootout. I mean, it's just going to be a great race if you're a race fan. But as a driver, will you be looking to try to take something away from it that maybe you could run in that first 50 laps?
Maybe some restarts, see what happens on double file restarts. But, you know, the track right now is warmer than it's going to be for our event. When 9 o'clock comes around, the track temp and the grip level is going to be a lot greater than it is in this event. So you're going to be able to be even more aggressive in our race, which I think is another thing that makes the All-Star event so cool.
With this event, phrases define past races, the pass in the grass. For you, it was T-Rex, and I didn't know this. Kyle Busch said this week that he was a huge Jeff Gordon fan, and that was one of his favorite memories looking back.
Certainly one of my favorite
That's what I figured.
That was a cool event. You know, to go back at the old, I mean, it was what I think it used to be like 20, 20, and 10 or something like that. So they were short segments, and they inverted the field.
Right.
So to go win 3 segments is something that's pretty much unheard of. And we had a spectacular race car that day with T-Rex. And, you know, it's certainly one of my fondest memories. And the All-Star event always creates some kind of memory for me. Last year we had an awesome race car, but it didn't end up so well. We've had those types of finishes here too, but we've had great finishes that are something that I'll never forget.
You mentioned a minute ago about the restarts. I know that in the drivers' meeting, you guys were still kind of like questioning how the restarts are going to be handled. I mean, is there confusion there, or do we have it figured out?
I think we've got to figure it out, because what they're going to do is the first green flag, and what I am confused about is that every segment, but all that I really care about is the final segment. Is the starter starts the race just like a start of every race that we run, you know, every weekend. And then from there on, the number one guy or the leader will start the race. So I was under the impression that the starter started the race each time. So I got clarification on that. We're good.
I'm glad you understand, because you know how important those restarts are.
Oh, exactly. That's why I was asking the question.
Well, you lead your teammate, Jimmy Johnson, in All-Star wins. He has 2, you have 3. And you also lead him in the baby watch. Expecting your second, they're expecting their first. Everything looking good?
Everything is great. Ingrid's doing well. You know, we're excited, you know, to have a boy and a girl. We were just over in the bus lot, and Ella was making laps,
doing
running
her own
around.
laps.
Yeah, she was running her own race with no competition, and we were having a lot of fun watching her. We're very excited about having number 2, and of course Jimmy's parked right next to me, so we're excited for them as well. And they're within a month now, I guess.
Yeah.
So they're getting really close.
Hey, I just think I heard Ella saying, Daddy, I want $1 million. Pay me.
Thank you, Jeff, for stopping
She's going to
by.
say, did you bring home the $1 million?
Yeah, exactly. Thanks so much,
Thank you,
Jeff.
guys.
Good luck tonight. Jeff Gordon will certainly be a factor tonight. Will he be the happiest guy at night's end? Put on your best shirt. Actually, forget about it. Come as you are. It's party time here on Speed.